Alright, what's up guys? It's Matt's Boosted. We are in the 2013 BMW F10 M5 and we're going to do a quick video, man. The number one question I get about this car is the M5 reliable? Is it reliable? What about the maintenance? Let's talk about it right here, right now. Here's the deal with the F10 M5s. Are they reliable? Yes and no. Here's the thing, man. There's certain maintenance items on the F10 M5 that you absolutely have to do to keep this bad boy running well. And a couple of those maintenance items can get a little pricey. The biggest issue with these cars, the F10 M5 specifically, the S63TU engine, is the spinning of rod bearings, man. They recommend that you replace the rod bearings on this car before 75,000 miles in most circumstances. And that's a $2,000 to $3,000 to $4,000 job. So not a light job. And the reason why that happens is the other maintenance item, the next one, is fuel injectors. You get leaky fuel injectors and that fuel mixes with the oil, it dilutes the oil can't provide good lubricant, you spin a rod bearing. So two things you got to worry about. You got to make sure that you get the rod bearings taken care of at some point before it hits 100,000 miles, and you need to replace the fuel injectors before it hits 100,000 miles. So that's a couple $1,000 right there out the gate. The transmission, the DCT, it's okay. Once again, it comes down to maintenance. Changing the fluid, changing the rear diff fluid, taking care of that stuff, man. Coolant lines, the turbo coolant lines, that's usually another thing that has to be replaced on these. Another small issue is just the infotainment center. It's generally pretty reliable, but there's been some guys on the F10 forums report a couple issues with those. I haven't had any problems with mine, thank goodness. But anyways, if you're looking to buy a BMW M5 F10, if you're looking to buy it as a daily or as a weekend warrior, man, just have a couple $1,000 set aside to do some work. Honestly, I think the F10 M5 makes a great daily driver, but it also, it makes a great weekend warrior too. Either way, to be honest, if you got one of these cars, man, I would have a backup beater car. I recommend, if you have any car with some boost on it, any BMW, you probably need a backup beater car that's going to be a little bit more reliable, because these things are not perfect, man. I mean, you've seen the videos, you read the forums. In terms of reliability, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it a 6.5. If you take care of the rod bearings, if you replace the fuel injectors, if you put the money into it, I would give them an 8, honestly. I mean, they're pretty reliable cars once you take care of those big items. But if you buy an M5 that does not have any maintenance history, that has not had any of those things taken care of, you might be in a bad situation. I've seen some guys in the forums, they pick up an M5 and the same day, I'm not kidding you, I just read a guy picked up a 13 M5, same day the motor tore up on the way home. And I'm not trying to scare you off, I'm just trying to be honest. You need to get the maintenance history on one of these cars if you're going to buy one. Make sure the rod bearings have been done, make sure they replace the injectors, make sure they replace the water pump. And I'm not saying make sure they have, but just check the maintenance history and see what they've done. And if they have done that stuff, then I'd be way more likely to buy it. Either way, man, I think the cars are pretty good cars, but there's some stuff that you got to get on these cars that other cars you don't necessarily have to buy for peace of mind. Every used car is going to require work. Every fast car is going to require work. But these BMWs, man, they're not cheap. So just take that in mind if you're going to buy an M5, man. Either way, I want to shoot a quick video. I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. I got more M5 content coming out. The Corvette C6, the twin turbo 1300 horsepower twin turbo C6 should be ready in the next week, man. I'm waiting for it. It's being worked on right now, and then we'll put out some Corvette stuff, man. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you on the next one.